Bhagavad Gita teaches that in life, the obstacles that come from outside of us can actually be overcome very easily. The difficult obstacles are those that are within. If you can conquer your own mind, you've conquered the world in one sense. Because within our own mind we have these opposing conditions. We have our moral side and our immoral side. We have our passions, and then we have also the voice of what is good. There's pride, and then there's the side of us that invokes us to humility. Part of us want to just rip someone apart, and the other part wants to forgive them and be kind to them and be friends to them. Yes, these dualities are there. The heart is like a battlefield. And the soul, the person within the heart, is like Arjuna. And Bhagavad Gita is there to teach us how to conquer ignorance, illusion, and all the inclinations that are born of those qualities. How to nourish our godly nature. That is the greatest need in the world today. There is so much technology, so much science, so much development, even in the economy, various parts of the world. But is the world actually a better place to live than it was 100 years ago? The crime rate's going up, the suicide rate's going up, the drug addiction's going up, the alcoholism is going up per capita. There's so much pollution in the ecology of the world, so much pollution of the ecology both within people's hearts and minds, as well as within the water, the air, the earth. Is the quality of life actually improving along with all of our science and technology, just by a practical, objective analysis? No. We were discussing in the 1960s and 50s when I was going to school, the biggest problems, according to the U.S. government, was running in the halls, talking in class, and putting gum under the desk. Those were big problems. Now, if you do that, you're considered a saint. In the 1990s, the biggest problems were guns, shootings, teenage pregnancy, and drug addiction. Does that tell something about the quality of the life? Yes. The fast rate and the fast pace that everything's happening, people are in great anxiety. We didn't hear about children killing each other with guns in school like we did a few years ago. How is that happening? What's happening to people? What's happening to the very moral, basic fiber of this nation and all of the world? That's a serious question. So we're not talking about a sectarian campaign to recruit people from one religion to another. We're speaking about basic spiritual principles that are very much lacking in the world today. Real principles. That is what Bhagavad Gita teaches. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam. Gita explains, when there's actual happiness, when there's actual peace within the heart, then nothing of this world can actually disturb that. Because it's so deep. Otherwise, whatever happiness, whatever contentment, whatever fulfillment we have, it is like little puddles, and anything can disturb that. How many things could go wrong at any given moment? Can anyone count? How many things could potentially go wrong and cause you anxiety at any moment? The ceiling could fall in. Somebody could drop a bomb. Somebody can insult us. Mosquito can bite us. We could get sick. There's unlimited things that could go wrong. So how to find actual happiness in a situation where at any moment so many ways could spoil everything? By actually finding joy, peace, and love within ourselves. And then through whatever we do, to share that, to express that through our occupation, to express that through our studies, to express that through every aspect of our life. That is what is great, most needed in the world today. And yes, to even consider this proposal to be important, there are so many obstacles. Yes? There's the obstacle of basic spiritual laziness. Yes? That we're just so active and so dynamic and so hardworking in our pursuit of material gain that we just don't give proper time to nourish our internal spirituality. That's a great obstacle. It's one of the greatest obstacles of all time. It's just our own laziness. We just don't want to give the time. We don't want to give the energy because we don't see immediate results. Yes? But proper vision for the future is very much important. Look at the world today. So much madly rushing for immediate results. Solar ice caps are melting. There's so much pollution in the environment. And what's happening to people's children? It's very, very difficult. Intelligence is not only to see the immediate needs, but also to look into the future. And is spirituality important in life? If we are convinced that it is, then we must give time to nourish it and to cultivate it. By proper association, by proper education, and by proper practice. To actually purify the heart, to actually purify the mind, to actually go deeper and deeper, to experience the inner wealth of the treasure of our own souls. It's so very important. So yes, this is a great obstacle. No time. Just like our Gurudev, he saw in a newspaper in Montreal where a wife is telling her husband, chant, chant, chant. And the husband is saying, can't, can't, can't. I do not have time. That is the condition. We have so much time for everything but the real needs of the self. There's a simple example of a lady who had a bird in a cage. And she was very, very busy decorating that cage. She put so much time and energy into decorating that cage. It was a beautiful cage. And one of her neighbors came to the house. She said, I want you to see my bird cage. The person looked at the cage. They were horrified. Said, what's wrong? Said, the cage is beautiful, but the bird is dead. You forgot all about the bird. You've been so busy decorating the cage, you forgot the bird inside. The whole purpose of the cage is to be a nice place for the bird. Now, this is a simple story, but it's the story of life for most of the population of the world today. We're putting so much time and so much energy in superficial, external needs and wants, but very much neglecting our own consciousness. This is a universal principle.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on thesacredconnect.com.